Let me try Daniel again, a first time caller. See if his phone working there. Daniel, let's try it again out of Texas.
Yes, sir. Jesse, can you hear me now?
100%.
Excellent. I was saying, I found you on YouTube on Get a Job, and I thought that was really entertaining. And I started tuning into your show after that, and it's become really informative to me. But the reason for my call today was because I have noticed that I started taking some things, or what I perceive to take some things from your show. I started doing the silent prayer. I started trying to get myself like in silence.
Yes.
Just kind of study what's going on, be just aware of my surroundings and what's actually going on around me. And I've noticed that everything in my life started getting a little bit better.
Yes.
Because of the effort that I was putting into it. But one of my best friends was telling me, who he's actually a family member of mine also, was that why this started was because of the fact that I noticed that everybody that I was close to kind of started drifting away from me.
Yes.
And it really started building, I hate to say it, feelings, but what I come to find out is that I had a lot of beta tendencies.
Yeah.
And
beta.
But as I started trying to isolate myself from the things that I believed that were bothering me, my friend told me, he said, all these people that were drifting away from me, he made the comment, he said, it's just painful to be around you because you're not yourself. And because I was always pretty happy, go lucky, cheery, and just kind of an optimist. But as I tried to find myself, my relationship with my wife has become worse. I mean, way worse. And I try not to think about it too much because you get lost in your own thoughts and bad things can come of that. But I believe a lot of it, is because I tried to take ownership of my family and become the man that I know that, or I feel that, well, not that I feel, but that I know that the Lord has required me to be.
Yes.
And as I've tried to insert my guidance in my family's life, my wife has resisted from that.
Yep.
So much to a point where she signed us up to go to counseling. And I went because I wanted, things to be better. The counselor even kind of was like, something's not right here, and wanted to speak with me by myself because my wife would always interject in our conversations. When she would try to talk to me and ask me a question, she would try to answer for me.
Yep.
And I just believe that, everybody's got their own voice and they need to speak for themselves.
Mama always jump in because Mama doesn't want the truth to get out there.
Yes, sir. And I've noticed, though, since I've been really focusing, because I was always told I was the problem. And she always told me that I was the problem. I was the problem. So I tried to fix me because I was the problem. And and this is when I started finding you, it's like everything started clicking into place. I started doing your silent prayer, just finding time throughout every day to just, whether I'm at work or anywhere else, just to remove myself from whatever's going on and to just be silent, be still, and to just close my eyes and give it to the Lord. People around me have started making comments about whatever I'm doing, keep doing it. Everybody's talking about quiet confidence and just able to make just rash. I got the biggest thing I got out of and I could be wrong, but the biggest thing I've got out of just listening to your show is to be logical,
yes.
Not emotional.
Absolutely.
What makes sense? It's either right or wrong.
Yep.
Left or right. There's sometimes there's gray in some of it, but if you can make a decision on it pretty quick, that is usually the right decision.
Yes, absolutely.
You're being the Lord gave you a good sense and your gut instinct that you know what's right. You know what's right if you could just get your feelings out of it. But my biggest issue that I'm going through now is that all of these, everybody else says they see it, and I feel it. I feel it. Well, I feel it. I know it.
Yeah.
But it's just caused bigger issues with my wife.
When you
and
say
now she wants to be a psychologist, and and I don't agree with that. And she said if I don't do that, she wants to file for divorce. And I don't know whether I need to just stay with what I'm doing, and if that's what she decides to do, to let it be. But I've hung in this for so long just because of my family.
Yeah, how many? You have children with her?
Yes, sir.
How many children?
One.
How old are?
Just turned 15.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And I honestly am afraid. I am concerned with if I'm not at the house and I'm not trying to put, just to guide my child a little bit, what she would do with them while I wasn't there. And that's been the main reason why I've tried to stay strong and to stay with this. But it's like it really is like the more that I try to push forward to try to make things better on that end, there's just overwhelming resistance back to where I've been called everything from selfish, from trying to fix the problems that I thought that were the problem. And I even asked her. I said, "Do you pray about this?" And she can never get a straight answer. Every time I say something, it's like it's always that. Well, I think I'm better than her, and it's just anything under the sun, and I don't know if I need to try to keep the path that I'm going, because I know everybody can also steer you wrong. Just because somebody says it's so doesn't mean it's so.
That's right.
But everybody and their mama has just told me that whatever positive change is going on, just keep it up, because it's made everything at work better. It's made my family really didn't want a whole lot to do with me because of this. They didn't want that negative in their life. And I haven't really, I did what you talked about. I forgave my mom. I called her, visited with her, made that right. And every other relationship in my life, work, family, whatever, has gotten so much better because of, for lack of a better term, the quiet confidence and the faith that I have that all you can do is what you can do.
Yes.
But all of that's gotten better, except my relationship with my wife.
And so your question for me is what?
Do I need to keep trying to do everything else that I'm doing in hopes that rubs off on her, or do I just need? She wants out. She just keeps telling me to pack my things and leave, and I just keep coming home every day and just keep on keeping on. I don't know if it's worth. I'm really dumbfounded when it comes to her. I've even tried to turn her onto the silent prayer and to show her some things that I've learned, and it's just completely rejected out of hand. Just absolutely not. And I want to be there for my family. I really do. My gut instinct on it is that I'm not going to be able to make an impact to fix what's going on between us.
And so your question is what?
Should I just cut my losses on that and just try to do the best with the time with my child that I'll have? Or do I need to try to hang in there with her when she doesn't really want me there? and give up time with my child because of just selfishness and not having their way.
The greatest commandment is that we should love God with all our heart, soul, and might, along with nobody or nothing else. There should be no one or anything else more important than the truth itself. And when you love Him, He's going to work your life out for you. It's going to be amazing. And so you sound like you're working on yourself, and it is working. Here's what I recommend. Because, according to what you've said, your wife is not working on herself. And so now the light in you is what she's seeing, but the devil, the darkness in her, hate the light in you. And it's working overtime to try to draw you back into the darkness. That's why she wants you to go see counselor, psychology, and doing this and doing that. And she's threatened to leave. Here's what I recommend. Don't ask her to leave at this point, but if she says, I'm leaving, just say, oh, okay, goodbye. I wish you well. And let her go, but you stay in your house if you can. Your son is 15. Ask your son, your mother is threatened to leave. Do you want to stay with me or do you want to stay with her? Go with her. And let him decide. He's 15 now, and you'll be fine. Right. But you continue to work on you. Your wife is in hell. She's losing control over you. She's losing that you're not following her or wishing her. And the devil in her, those spirits are having a hissing fit because it's losing a life when it's losing you. You let her go. You let her go. Don't be mad at her or anything. She cannot see. But if she want to go, don't argue her. Don't be all hurt. Just say, okay, you can leave. I'm staying. And if your son says he want to stay with you, then my son's staying with me. Can you hold for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hold on, buddy. I want to go quickly back to Daniel, first time call out of Texas. So Daniel was saying that he is working on himself now. He's waking up. He's doing a silent prayer. He went and forgave his parents. And now his wife want to leave him. The more freer he become, the worse she is getting. And he has one son, 15 years old. And the wife, he went to see a counselor with her. Now she wants him to see a psychology and all that kind of madness. Daniel want to know what the... Hey, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for...
Exactly. What the...
So here's what I recommend. Do what you want, all right? If you want to leave, don't see any more of those stupid psychologists and psychiatrists and counselors that she's referring you to. She is still trying to control you. She's losing control of you. The spirit of evil inside of her losing control over you. And she doesn't know how to handle it. She doesn't know what to do. And so let her act out. Don't react. Let her say what she wants. Don't overreact. And if she say, I'm leaving, I'm going and I'm taking my son. Your son is 15 years old. Ask him if he want to stay with you or her. If he says he want to go with her, let him go with her. If he want to stay with you, let him stay with you. And if he want to go with her, but he want to come see you or call you, he can freely do that. And this woman said, I'm leaving. Just say, oh, okay, bye. And if she find out that doesn't work because you're not overreacting, she'll say, well, I'm staying. Oh, okay, you can stay. Right on. But let her do what she wants. If she get violent, call the police right away and have her locked up. Because she'll try to destroy you one way or another. And so if she hit you or touch you, don't say, oh, but next time she does it, I'm going to call the cop. You call the cops then. And because she have evil demons in her, and especially if she's not working on herself, she's going to build an army against you. She's going to start telling people things about you, your family members and others, and they're going to take side.
Right.
And they're going to take side and join her, and even though they have no idea what they know at all or not know, it doesn't even matter, not their business. but they're going to take side. You let them go too. Don't try to force them. Don't try to convince anyone. Don't try to convince your wife. You continue to seek the Father because the Father is drawing you unto Him. You want what's right, and that's why your life is changing.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. I know you got to go, but one more thing. You know, what you were talking about, like having people turn against you, and she's exactly done that. And honestly, I thought it would be a lot harder hearing all those things that I did, but it just kind of made everything a lot more clear.
Yes.
That sounds crazy, but
no,
like
it doesn't. You're absolutely right.
Clear.
Yes.
It just, when she did that, I was like, I kept thinking to myself, like, all she's doing is showing herself more clear to me.
Yes.
Because if you care about somebody, you're not going to want to tear them down to keep them with you. So,
absolutely.
Jesse, I appreciate you so much, man. Keep up the amazing work, man. Amazing.
I will. Amazing. But listen, and you're right. You're seeing the real her now. And when she builds this army against you, you're going to see the real so-called family members and friends. You're going to see that they were never friends. It was all a pretense. You were pretending to be friends with them, and they were pretending to be friends with you. It was never real. Everything is so fake. Nothing is real. Everything is an illusion. And now you're coming to see reality.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much, Jesse. I appreciate you.
Is any other question about anything?
No, sir. No, that was everything that I kind of already knew, and you made it perfectly clear. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And you're welcome. But once again, don't try to convince your wife to change. You can tell her and point the way, but that's it. Don't force it. Don't try to preach to her. If she want to leave, just say, you're welcome to go. Okay, bye. Because you want what's right. Don't sell your soul. Don't make a deal with the devil. Oh, devil, I'll stop working on myself if you let me keep my wife. The devil's going to turn on you anyway. He will deceive. He will eventually turn anyway. And that means your wife will eventually turn on you anyway.
No, sir. I believe that, we're all here to be stewards of our lives, and to, I think that I have to be the example for my son that he needs to be. And kids are not stupid. They see what's going on too. And if I reduce myself to her behavior, it's just going to be worse on my son. So
absolutely. Wow. I wish you well, Daniel. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Bless you.
You too, buddy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Amazing. There are some people waking up. I'm telling you. If you want the truth will come. But if you don't want it, if you don't invite the truth, it's not coming. He's not like evil. Evil imposes itself upon you. The truth comes when you invite it. It needs an invitation. It needs to be invited in. And once you invite it in, that's it. Then the opposed darkness has to leave, and it will.